Yeah, thanks for watching our last video about us checking out that van because we're so excited about it. We got a call from the dude today, so everything's working out fine, and we're going to pick it up tomorrow after we check out of this flat and then drive up to Poznany and then start working on it there. Yeah, we're just lucky that we found that van and it was a good fit. Kuba's been like researching different vans available in this area, and there were really only two, and so that's the one we're going to end up getting. Yeah, we'll definitely show you the whole process of us like building it up, give you a tour of the inside and stuff like that, but that'll just be a day-to-day thing on the vlog. Lots of questions from last week, so just get right into them. Alright, AgraLove asks me, have you and your husband ever considered traveling outside of Europe, such as Asia? Yes, we went to Thailand. That was our first time traveling outside of Europe together. I've also lived in Japan. We definitely want to travel outside of Europe, but right now it's not cost effective or efficient to do that. We just don't want to spend money on expensive flights to a completely different part of the world and then come back after like a week or so. So at some point when we're done with Europe, done with like van life in Europe, then we can start, you know, visiting other continents and like start another chapter of our minimalist journey. Alone Meme asks me, traveling can be stressful for some people. Do you have some sort of routine that helps you to feel more comfortable in new cities and new accommodation? Or are you the kind of person who can jump from place to place and feel safe and comfortable all the time? We have a routine together. Basically, when we arrive to a new place, first thing we do is figure out where can we get food? Like, where can we go get groceries and the staples we need? Once we have that figured out, then everything else kind of falls into place. Nothing else is really that stressful. We just roll with it. But really, the more you travel and move around, changing from place to place becomes a lot less stressful each time you do it, to where now it's like nothing. Okay, Ashley asks me, did or do you have a budget plan for money when you first decided to travel, like to save up or pay off any debt you may have had? I did have a budget plan before I even had the idea that I was going to be traveling like this. It would change depending on my situation at the time or where I was working. It just came down to like, I just cut out all of the expenses I didn't need, besides like basic food, paying the last bills I had, cut out all the unnecessary shopping and buying things I didn't need, and then that on top of selling all of my stuff worked together to help me save up some money, some additional money, so I could go move to Scotland and start traveling abroad. It's hard to really go into the specifics when it comes to the budget because like I've always been frugal. It wasn't like I just woke up one day and was like, boom, I need to save money. I only have a year to do that. It was just, it was a long process. But budgets are necessary. And even now I use a budgeting app where I put all of our purchases into it. And so we know exactly how much we spend on food every month, no matter where we're living, like how much we're spending on, I don't know, transportation, stuff like that. It's key to helping you save money and just knowing how much you actually need to do certain things. I spend a lot less money now living and traveling abroad than I did when I was living in California, working full-time. So it's just about your lifestyle. All right, next question. Love Glasses Pereira asks me, tips to have a relationship like yours. My relationship with Kuba, from like the moment we met, it hasn't been a struggle. Like we don't have to work at our relationship. That's just how it is. It's always been comfortable. Like we've never had like any awkward moments, or we never had to like discuss something like super serious. It's just gone. If you want to have a relationship like ours, you want to meet someone like that where like you're so similar and everything's just in sync and it's perfect and whatever, you really just have to like stop looking for someone and just be happy with yourself and be happy with being alone. Because then you can focus on your own stuff and focus on what you're passionate about, and when you do that, you will attract someone similar where they're just as passionate about whatever's going on in their life and that they're okay with being alone too. If you're both completely happy and then you're together, it's just even more happiness. So you're not relying on each other to be happy. I can't really offer tips on like if you're in a relationship right now, how to make that like ours, because that's just how we are. Like we just work so well together. And we're supportive. Like we don't have to like ask the other person to support us or try to change them. Like we haven't had to change anything about ourselves for each other. So that's just how it is for us. Oh, another subject she asked me. Are you thinking of growing your hair again? No, because this is so much easier. Kuba just cuts it once a week and I'm good to go. So I'm keeping the short hair. DJ Jerome asks me, how has the monetization of your videos been working out for you? A lot of channels are suffering from having videos demonetized. Has this affected your channel in any way? I did notice that when I was in the Balkans, like specifically in Belgrade and Sarajevo, a lot of my videos were being marked as not suitable for all advertisers just because, I believe this is the case, because of the keywords like Belgrade and Sarajevo and Bosnia or Serbia. And all I had to do is I just messaged YouTube on the little feedback thing, explained what happened, told them my video was suitable, and then I gave them a little screenshot showing what was happening. And they fixed it, like, almost immediately. And I just give them feedback anytime a video is flagged incorrectly. I give them feedback, and it's fixed almost immediately, if not by the next day. As far as money goes, I haven't, like, lost anything because of that. Milan asks me, I was wondering why you and Kuba don't use airplanes for travel. The reason we don't is because we have baggage with us. So even if we get a cheap flight on Wizz Air, we have to pay for Kuba's guitar, we have to check that. We have to check a carry-on bag, we have to check the other bag we have, so it ends up being more expensive. The flights aren't that cheap when you factor in the cost of baggage and like going to and from the airport. It's also less comfortable to fly than it is to take a train. He also asks me, can vegans use alcohol? And I mean, do you too use it sometimes? Some alcohol isn't vegan, but vegans can drink alcohol. We don't drink at all anymore. We used to. I haven't had anything to drink since I met Kuba, and it's been a long time for Kuba since he's had something to drink. We just don't like it. Is it hard to post and edit videos every day on YouTube? It's a lot of work. I wouldn't say it's hard because I enjoy doing it, but it's a lot of work. Because I'm filming all day, usually, and then editing can take me a couple hours to like 7 hours to do one video, even if the video is like 7-10 minutes long. It takes just as long. It's a full-time job for me. It is hard, I guess, but I like doing it. From Christy, what do you think of celebrating Easter and about religion and faith in general? What do you believe in? I am not religious at all. I don't believe in anything, like, spiritually or whatever. Yeah, to me, Easter is just another thing. I don't care if other people celebrate Easter, but I'm definitely not interested in religion of any sort. All right, last question today. I actually am refilming this because I messed up that part, but anyways. From Vera Ann, she wants to know if I've traveled somewhere and felt like I was home. Yes, in the States, that would have been California for me, like Southern California. Abroad, I feel like Zagreb is most home to me. I just felt very comfortable, and like we both felt like we could just stay there someday and settle down there and like have a flat and then travel out from there. And it really did feel like we were like going home when we were returning to Zagreb. What was it, a couple weeks ago? Every place I visited in Croatia has been really nice, and I'd be happy to return there. So yeah, Croatia's awesome. That's it for the questions today. If you have a question for me, let me know in a comment. Say it's for the Q&A, and I'll answer it next Wednesday. And we will see you tomorrow, and I'll be sure to show you our journey going up, because Kuba's going to be doing the driving because the power steering doesn't work. And I don't know how to drive stick shift. That's another thing I'm going to have to learn. We're both going to be building up the van, because I know some of y'all have asked like who's going to be doing the driving, who's going to be building it. We're both doing both. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.